I've used almost every single Black Girl sunscreen product that's ever come out. So I'm going to rank them for you and let you know which ones I think are amazing and which ones you could probably go ahead and skip. My name is Sharana. I am a scientist and beauty enthusiast here on YouTube, and it's been a little while since I posted, but I thought this would be a really good video since summer's coming up, and we all need to be wearing sunscreen. No matter what skin tone you are, how deep, how light, every single person needs to be wearing sunscreen. When it comes to those of us with deeper skin, having it not leave a white cast on our skin is something that's like pretty important. Isn't that right, Pineapple? Hey. Black Girl Sunscreen is a brand that came out that caters to those of us with deeper skin because we all need to be wearing sunscreen. And they've launched a few different products over the years. I, just as a person who likes trying new things, have tried almost every single product that they've ever launched. So what I'm going to do in this video is go through each of them, let you know my thoughts, give you some information on each product. And then at the end, we're going to give you my top 3, and I'll kind of share like a quick little power rankings of which ones I like the best and which ones I didn't like so much. Spoiler alert, there's not that many that I didn't like. So looking on their website, they have a bunch of different products that are out. Some of them are limited editions. Those are the ones that I have not tried and will not be including in this review. Most of them are regular, like regular collection products, just in different packaging or with a scent. I don't really care about that personally. We're gonna stick to the classics, the original non-limited edition products, and just talk about those. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the classic. This is the original Black Girl sunscreen. This is SPF 30. It's $18.99 for 3 ounces, which brings you to about $6.33 per ounce. This was the very first product that they came out with. It is kind of like a lotion-y texture. It's not like some other sunscreens that can have a really thick, like creamy texture. This just feels like a pretty moisturizing body lotion, face lotion type of product. They say it's ultra sheer and does not have white residue. There's no white cast with this product, even when you put on the correct amount, because if you didn't know, the right amount of sunscreen that you should be using is about 1/4 teaspoon for your face and then another 1/4 teaspoon for your ears and your neck. So if you're doing all of this all at the same time, about 1/2 teaspoon that you should be blending in everywhere. For those of us with deeper skin, you put that much product on of the wrong type of product and it's gonna leave a white cast. For this one, it's not gonna do that for you. I've had a couple bottles of this one now over the years, and I do like this product. There are some that I like a little bit better, but this is a good one. I think price per ounce, you can't really beat it. Some sunscreens are a lot more expensive, so I save those for my face. This one I have no problem using face or body, like price-wise. It comes in a squeezy tube, so you don't have to worry about like if you're traveling, if it's like glass or anything like that. You can throw it in your bag if you're gonna be like outside at the beach and you need to reapply. That's nice. The one thing I will say with this one is because it's more of a hydrating, like moisturizing type of a product, it may leave you looking a little bit radiant. I don't want to say glowy or dewy, but like radiant. And as someone with oily combination skin, some of that is fine. But other times and other temperatures, when it's very hot outside, I feel like I need to go in with like a powder to kind of tone that down a little bit. Or if I'm going to go in with makeup on top, I tend to reach for something that's a little bit more mattifying, just because the glow that you get from this, the radiance that you get from this product on my skin can be a little too much sometimes. I think if you're drier, you may like that, but if you're combination / oily, just keep an eye out. But overall, this is a good product. I definitely recommend it. I do like this one. Next up is the Make It Matte sunscreen. This is SPF 45, so higher protection than the original one that was SPF 30. It's $21.99 a bottle, but you're only getting 1.7 ounces in that bottle. So price per ounce, this comes out to about $12.93, 94-ish per ounce. So price per ounce, it's almost double what the original one costs. But in my opinion, I say it's worth it. This one has a gel formula that is completely clear. There is no white lotion that you're massaging in or anything. It is a clear gel texture that has kind of a matte, satiny matte finish to the skin. So that glow I was talking about, that radiance from the original one, is not there with this one. You're still not getting a white cast. You're getting a higher protection factor. It's a good product. I really like using this one almost like a primer underneath my makeup because that gel texture, I feel like sometimes helps my makeup like stick a little bit better. And I know that it's not gonna add more glow that I then have to like tame down a little bit with powder and things the way that the original one would. One thing is, if I use the gel, I almost feel like I don't put enough on because I'm thinking of it like a primer. So grab a teaspoon, do the 2-finger rule or 3-finger rule or whatever it is to make sure you're putting enough product on. But I do really, really like this one too. One that's similar to this is the Supergoop Unseen sunscreen. That's a really popular one. I think they're pretty similar in texture. They both are clear gel formulas that don't leave a white cast on your skin, but this one I think is less expensive. I'll double check how much the Supergoop is, but like price per ounce, I feel like this one is less expensive. And next up is the Make It Glow. This is their aerosol sunscreen. So this one I think is really good for your body. It's SPF 30 and $18.99 for a bottle. So it's about the same like price per ounce as the original is, just in spray form. What I really like about this one is it does leave a really pretty glow to your skin. Like it looks like I just oiled up and I look like I'm glistening. I will say it says no mess on the website. I'm gonna have a little qualm with that because there's a bit of a mess, okay? It's not like it's sticky or tacky or anything like that, but like, just make sure you're outside when you put this on. I tried putting this on in the bathroom just to kind of like show what this looks like, and the aerosol or whatever like spray that's going out is pretty strong, you know, ventilation on everything. It's kind of strong. You're gonna breathe that in, which that's not good. And then you're kind of getting like overspray from doing this. Yeah, you hit your arm, but then whatever misses your arm is then ending up like on your sink or on the floor. So like, that's not super cool. I would say save it for when you're outside. Throw this in your bag, and when you get to the beach and you need to reapply, go ahead and spray this one on. You know what I mean? Don't do this in the house. Also, don't do this on your face. I tried spraying it right on my face. Bad idea. I also tried spraying it in my hand and then applying it to my face, and it still stung around my eyes a little bit and just wasn't comfortable to apply. So I would stick to either the original or the matte or something else for your face and neck, and then use this just on your like chest and down. You know, this is a body only one, in my opinion. Still a really, really good idea though. I love the fact that it's in a spray. This would probably be a good one for kids too. If you need to just like spray them down real quick and get them out so they can go play, this would be a good one for that. They do have a spray version for the kids. I have not tried that. That is the one product from them that I have not tried yet, so I can't speak to that. If you want to use the kids version of it, you can go right ahead. If you want to use the original one, I don't think there's going to be that much of a difference, but just so you know, I have not personally tried the kids spray version. But this spray version, I do like. Speaking of kids, let's go to the Black Girl Sunscreen Kids Edition. This is SPF 50 sunscreen, which is the highest level that they have out of all of the products that they offer, SPF 50. So really, really good protection there. And even though they say that it's for kids, honestly, it's just for anybody who may have more sensitive skin. I don't have sensitive skin. This is my favorite out of all the Black Girl Sunscreen products that I've ever tried. Hands down. It is $10 a bottle. You're still getting 3 ounces, which means it's about $3.33 per ounce. So it is the highest sun protection factor and the lowest price per ounce of all of their face or body sunscreens. How do you go wrong with that? It's great. It's going to have a similar facial lotion, body lotion texture to the original one. Not super thick, not super creamy, but blends in pretty nicely, massages in, feels moisturizing on your skin. There's no scent to this. There's no white cast to this. This is the one that I have rebought 3 or 4 times now because I like this one better than the rest. Now I will say it's still going to leave a little bit of a like radiance to your skin just because of that lotiony texture, but I feel like it's not as much as the original one. I still go in with makeup on top at times, but I don't feel like it needs to be very mattifying. And sometimes I will just go ahead and like powder it down a little bit, but like for the most part, I don't get as much of a radiance or a glow from the kids version as I get from the original version. Product number 5 that I've tried is their Make It Hybrid sunscreen. This one is also SPF 50. So again, that's the highest that they go. It's $18.99 a bottle. You're getting 3 ounces. So same price per ounce as the original one, $6.33 an ounce. This is hybrid. So it's a mix of both mineral and chemical sunscreen filters. This is my least favorite of any of the Black Girl Sunscreen products, because even though they say that it doesn't leave a white residue, I beg to differ. You can see, I'll put a video up where I was comparing the kids version to this hybrid version, and the hybrid version is like a tiny bit thicker of a formula than the kids one, which is totally fine. It took a little bit longer to blend in, not a big deal, but it still left a cast on my skin, whereas the kids one didn't. Neither did the original, neither did the matte, neither did the glowy spray. None of those left a white cast on my skin, just this one. So it's gotta be the mineral filters. It's not my favorite. I don't wanna wear this when it leaves a cast on my skin. I don't wanna feel like I have to put makeup on top to kind of like get the cast to go away. And even then, if you put makeup on top of sunscreen that has a cast, if you take a picture with flash, there's a chance that that white cast is going to show through anyway. So like, I would rather just stay away from all of that and stick with one of the other formulas that doesn't leave a cast at all. But that's just me. One other thing you should know is if you don't like fragrances in your skincare products, you might not like this, even if you don't mind the mineral chemical blend. This has lavender oil mixed in to help with hydrating and moisturizing your skin, but it smells pretty strong. Like, I don't usually have a problem with fragrance in skincare products or makeup products. This one's pretty strong. Like, even just applying it, even just opening out the bottle, you can smell it. You apply it to your skin, you smell it. It takes some time before it goes away. And even then, I'm like, did the scent actually go away and dissipate? Or is that just me going nose blind to it and I can't smell it anymore because it's sitting directly under my nose? I don't know, but I don't like it. It's a little too strong for me. No, this is a miss. I'm sorry. I don't like this one. So those are the 5 face or body sunscreens from Black Girl Sunscreen that I've tried. They do have a couple of accessories also with sunscreen in them. So let's get into those. First one is their Make It Pop Sun Gloss. This is a lip gloss with SPF in it. Now listen, if you are not protecting your lips, which are very, very delicate skin on your face, you should be. Your lips need sunscreen too. Sounds weird, I know, but they do, okay? So something like this is a great idea, all right? This has SPF 50, so that highest level that they offer, and it's a clear gloss. What else can you say? $10.99 for the tube, which, yeah, you can go and get a cheaper lip gloss from the drugstore, but like, does it have SPF in it? Probably not. I do like that it's a clear gloss and not tinted because you can layer it over anything. I've put this over lipsticks, over lip liners. I've worn it just on its own. It's not super moisturizing if you do wear it on its own. I would prefer to put like a lip balm or something hydrating underneath and then use this on top just as a gloss. In my opinion, it wasn't moisturizing on its own, but that's just me. I also wouldn't say that it was like sticky, but it's definitely a thicker gloss texture. So if you put too much of it, it can kind of get those little stringy bits that show up between your lips when you got a gloss that's like too much gloss. You could get that. Calm down a little bit. Don't put that much on. Blot some off if you have to, and you should be good to go. I think this is a great idea. Again, we need to have some protection on our lips too. So if this is how you get it, is by throwing on a lip gloss, get it, okay? I recommend this one. It does kind of taste like sunscreen. So if you're not a fan of that, you might not like this product. I don't mind it that much. I don't like eat my lip gloss as much as I used to when I was younger, but like, I wouldn't mind a little bit of a vanilla added to this, you know what I mean? But then you might get like vanilla scented sunscreen or like a vanilla flavored sunscreen, and then it's like both flavors, and that could be bad. So maybe not. Either way, if you don't like the flavor of sunscreen in your mouth, you might not like this. But if you can deal with that and you don't mind it and you still want some sun protection on your lips, this is a really good idea. And the last accessory and the last Black Girl Sunscreen product that I've tried are the Sun Shield UPF 50 gloves. These are $10 for a set of gloves. UPF is what they call it when you're getting sunscreen, but in clothing. You're not like applying a lotion or a balm to your skin. They just call it UPF instead of SPF, but it's about the same level. So SPF 50 is what you're getting from these gloves. Listen, I am very big on making sure I have sunscreen on my face and my neck before I step out the house. I want to protect my skin. When it comes to my hands, we're not going to talk about my hands. I cannot remember to put sunscreen on my hands before I leave the house. I'm driving, my hands are in the sun, and then I'm like, oh, right, I didn't put sunscreen on my hands. It's a problem. I can have a sunscreen in my bag. I can leave one in the car. It doesn't matter. I'm going to forget to put it on. So gloves like this come in really, really handy because all I have to do is like reach over, pop the gloves on, and I know the skin on my hands is being protected without me having to then remember one more step. You do have your fingertips out, which comes in handy for the other use that this is really good for, which is if you like getting gel manicures. I know there's been some studies and things talking about when you get gel manicures and like the UV light that they use, or if it's like an LED light, you're still getting a little bit of that UV coming through. And if you're concerned about that causing UV damage on your skin, like on your hands, using gloves like this would be perfect for that situation. Since the fingertips are cut off, you can still get your nails done, but you don't have to worry about the whole rest of your hand also being exposed. This is a way to help protect the majority of your hands when you got them in those lamps. They only come in one size, so if you can go to a store that maybe has a set out as like a tester, I would try it that way. They fit me pretty well. They fit me pretty snug. I have like pretty average size hands, I guess I would say, but I think it would be great if they came out with different sizes, like different size gloves. They fit a little snug, but not in a bad way. They're pretty stretchy, but I don't think that they're stretchy enough that if you have larger hands than me, that you would really like feel comfortable. I almost think that they would be like too snug and almost like compression gloves if your hands are bigger than mine. But overall, I love the idea of having SPF gloves, whether you're driving like I do, whether you're getting your nails done, if you're like gardening or something outside, or just anytime that you want extra protection from the sun for your hands, throw these gloves on. It's a really, really good idea. So that's it. Those are almost all the Black Girl Sunscreen products, my thoughts on them, and whether or not I think that you should try them. If I had to go into like top 3, my favorites personally, number 1 would be the kids version. Hands down. It's SPF 50. It's only $10 a bottle. It's good for basically everybody, sensitive skin, not sensitive skin, fragrance people, non-fragrance people. Like, it's amazing. It's my favorite. Number 2, I think would be the matte formula. Even though it's like the most expensive one that they offer and you're not getting as much product. For my oily combination skin, I love that gel texture. I love that finish that I get. It's a matte finish. It's not glowy. It works really well as a primer underneath makeup. It's a nice one. And in comparison to some other gel textured sunscreens that are completely clear, when you compare the pricing across those, it's actually not that bad. And then the third one, I think would be the gloves, honestly. Like, I've never had SPF gloves before. I've heard of them. I just hadn't tried them for myself. And I really, really like them. Again, as somebody who always forgets to put sunscreen on her hands and then thinks about it when it's too late, and then I'm like, oh, well, what can I do about it now? This is something I can do about it. This is something that I can just pick up and throw on. I'm actually tempted to go buy myself a second pair because I kind of like take the one pair that I have and either keep them in the car, or if I'm doing my nails and I want to do a gel manicure, I have to like run out to the car, grab them, and then come do my nails. So I think I'm going to buy a second set so I can have one that stays in the car and then one that stays in my manicure kit for whenever I want to do gel. So that's it. Those are my thoughts on almost all the Black Girl Sunscreen products. Have you tried Black Girl Sunscreen in the past? If so, what was your favorite product? How much are you willing to spend on a sunscreen product? That's really important. What's your price range at? What's the max that you'll spend on a sunscreen product for yourself or for your kids or for anybody? What would you do? How much would you spend? Let me know. Drop it down in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. If you liked this video and it helped you, please hit the like button, subscribe, all of those things. I will leave my Ko-Fi account down in the description box if you wanted to buy me a coffee to say thank you, because this video helped you so much. You can follow me on Instagram, on TikTok. I also have a blog where I write up if you like reading things. Not a lot of us are left, but if you do like reading things, you can follow my blog, and I have pictures and swatches and before and afters and all that kind of stuff just all in one spot for you right over there. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna go figure out why my cat's going crazy, and I will talk to you later. Bye.